Part D of 2019, question 9, paper 2, asks you to use the cosine rule. So it says use the cosine rule to find an expression for cos of theta, where theta is a measure of the angle T or S, and hence show that theta is equal to 106. So you have to do two things here. You have to use the cosine rule to write an expression and then actually solve for your theta. Right, so in terms of our triangle here, we have a non-right angle triangle. We have two sides and we have the angle in between, and we don't know what the side opposite is. So the first step is you try to work out what the side opposite is. If we look back at our original picture up here, we were able to work out this part. All right, so from Q to S was equal to 80. We need to be able to work out what Q to T is. So for Q to T is part of a right angle triangle. You've got 100, you've got 60, and you are missing Q to T. Right, so in terms of what you're doing, you go right angle triangle. Can you do Pythagoras? You can. This one is the hypotenuse. So you have 100 squared is equal to 60 squared plus your QT squared. So QT squared is equal to, when you work it out, you'll get 6,400. So QT is equal to 80. Right? So we had QS was equal to 80, but now we have also that QT is equal to 80. So if you fill them in on the question for part D, we have QS was equal to 80, QT was equal to 80. So the whole length from from S to T was equal to 160. Right, so now we are going to do the cosine rule. So for the cosine rule is that we have three sides of our triangle. You have to make sure the side you are putting as A is the side opposite. So we have that. So we're going to have 160 squared is equal to 100 squared plus 100 squared minus 200 cos theta. Okay, the first step is they want the expression for cos theta, so we're not going to try solve for cos theta yet. You're just going to tidy it up. So when you're tidying it up, you will have 160 squared, take away 100 squared, take away 100 squared, equals to minus 20,000 cos thetas. So if I go 160 squared, take away 100 squared, take away 100 squared. Right, so 160 squared, take away 100 squared, take away 100 squared on my calculator. It gives me 5,600. So I have 5,600 on this side is equal to minus 20,000 cos theta. So that means cos theta is equal to 5600 divided by minus 20,000. So 5600 divided by 20,000 gives me the grand total of minus 0.28 is equal to my cos theta. Okay, so that would be the part 1, which was your expression. And then you want to find the cos theta. So you want to find the theta on its own. So theta is equal to cos inverse of 0 to 8. And it's a minus 0 to 8. So if we do that in the calculator, hopefully it works. We go second function, cos inverse minus 0.28. Close your bracket, equals, and that gives us that theta is equal to 106.26, which is closest to 106 degrees. Okay, which is what they were asking you to do. So they asked you firstly to get an expression of cos theta, and secondly to solve it. And when you solve it, you want to show that 106 is your answer. If you had plugged 106 into this at the very, very start, you would have lost lots and lots of marks. So make sure you read the question. If it says do this and hence, that means there's 2 steps.